Welcome one and all to the Minish Cast. This is episode 16 or 15.5. I don't know what you want to call it. Maybe we just want to call it the final episode.
Let's just call it episode 29.
Actually, episode 29. No, Welcome
episode
everyone.
Infinity.
And beyond.
Yes. So here we are on the final episode of the Minish Cast. I'm Pendio, or Petter, whatever you want to call me as well. We also have Tristan.
Hi.
We have Chase.
Hey.
We have Jordan.
Yellow.
And we have Charles.
Yo.
So we're 5 people here today. The 5 people who have probably been overall the most, the most contributing to the whole Minish Cast ordeal that's been going on since 2016. And we are here today to round off the podcast, the whole series of the Minish Cast, and kind of, I guess, reflect back a little bit, talk a little bit about, what has been and maybe what's to come too. But what's coming is not here. What's coming is elsewhere, on different planes. So, yeah, Tristan, you left. You haven't been on this podcast in a while.
That's true. Well, kind of.
But here you are.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, most of us haven't been, I think the most recent episode came out quite a couple months back, so, to be fair.
February or March. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most recent one I was on was the Star Fox one.
And that was the most recent episode.
Oh, okay.
So, it's been a while.
Yeah, that was the last one we did. I hosted.
You pay this much.
And so we, I guess to kind of, who are we? Maybe you don't even know who the hell we are. What have we done for the podcast? Tristan, would you like to tell us? What have you done for this podcast?
Well, I kind of started it.
Yeah,
I guess that's a thing. And I hosted it.
Yep.
I hosted it for the first 8 episodes. Or was it 8? I don't remember.
I think it was 8.
8 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I was trying to reboot it because we tried this a few years ago, and then it didn't really get anywhere because drama, something drama, blah blah blah. It happens. It's ZD. If there's no drama, it's not really a ZD thing, is it? Yeah, and,
exactly.
And now, yeah, here I am, I suppose. Hi. How's it going?
Hi. Yeah. I guess I'll talk a little bit. So what I've been doing for the podcast, I joined Tristan when he started it up from the beginning. I was one of the people that joined him on that, and helped him out with the beginning of the show. I created the little intro jingle and a few other little music jingles we've had between segments and whatnot.
Some ditties.
Some little ditties, yeah. You might say. And I posted a segment called the review debate for the first couple episodes. When Tristan left after he had a lot going on, I took over the discussion segment that he had been hosting. And for the most part, I've been doing that and I've also edited a lot. Tristan also edited plenty before he left as well. He and I have been mostly editing until actually, Charles, who are you in all this?
Yeah, so I came in, I think it was around episode 13, because Petter got tired of editing.
Yeah.
And so we were trying to find an editor, and I was like, you know what, I'll take a crack at it. And yeah, here I am.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was also bribed Skittles.
Yes. And
Did you ever get those?
Nope.
Well then.
Wait, so you were bribed, and then no one paid up on the bribe?
Hey, we don't
He
talk
kept
about
offering more and more Skittles. There was Coca-Cola involved too.
There was Coke involved too?
Petter, how do you do this to him?
Guys, I'm gonna have to edit all this out now.
No editing.
I'm
actually,
sorry.
This is actually relevant because I was eating Skittles during the first episode of the Master Quiz.
I think I actually remember that now that you mention it.
I
Ah.
weirdly don't remember a lot from the Master Quiz, even though I should remember the most.
This was originally just like a podcast for ZD anyway, and an ongoing joke has always been, I'm addicted to Coke and Skittle.
Right.
Isn't everyone from the South addicted to Coke?
Isn't anyone from America addicted to Coke?
America.
We're talking Coca-Cola, by the way.
I know.
Oh.
I know.
Oh. But anyway, I thought it was funny that, and I mean, I was super grateful for the fact that you joined, Charles, when you did and took over editing and all. But it was funny though
Thank you.
because you didn't have any experience with like audio editing before this, did you?
No, I didn't. I had no idea what I was doing.
Right. It was really brave of you, honestly, and it turned out great.
Yeah.
So you were really a lifesaver there at the time, absolutely. And you also you even hosted the discussion segment of the last proper episode, I guess you could say it.
Yep. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a fun episode to listen to. And Chase, what did you do in this podcast?
I was a guest for the first episode, well, for the 0th episode, and then from there on out, I hosted the Master Quiz until such a time as I wrote a quiz too hard for the people involved, and I was sometimes on the Master Quiz because I sucked.
Agree of time.
But yeah, I was there.
Yeah, you kept that up pretty constantly.
It was not easy.
The Ocarina of Time quiz was really, really sad.
Yeah, we don't talk
What
about
happened with that?
I think one person got like one question right, maybe.
I was
Oh
a
my
part
God.
of making that quiz, so I feel
Oh.
partially responsible.
Your question was so easy too. They guessed 99 gold sculptulas and they guessed 50. They did not guess 100.
Really? Wow.
That was...
Yeah, that was.
I would have won that. Let's just be honest.
I would have won that. Oh.
Of course you would have won that. You helped write it.
Like, we're hosting this for a
shush.
Zelda forum. Like, these are Zelda fans we're hosting it for, and they couldn't answer the questions. Like, what the fuck?
I want to go back and listen to that now.
Who were the guests on that again? Let's heckle them.
Jordan, you haven't been, like, as, I guess, what's the word? Like, you haven't been as, constant, I guess, or as
Well,
as
okay.
fixed, but you've been very reoccurring throughout the show, and you've helped out
Yeah.
a good deal. Which was why I thought it was good to have you on this final episode.
Yeah, pretty much what I was about to say is I was a very, like, constant recurring guest.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoy podcasting, so I just tried to get in as many times as you guys would let me.
Absolutely.
And then, yeah, there was some behind-the-scenes stuff that I did, of course. Like, I helped with the Master Quiz, like, write questions for it and find the answers and things like that. And there was talks about me doing, like, a cooking segment
Yeah.
where you just listened to me cook. And,
Honestly,
then,
I think
like,
that would have
Yeah.
been a great idea.
Yeah.
and then it just never happened.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just listening to me cook, of course. I was gonna like give recipe advice, like, hey, make sure you do this when you flip this and do the thing, and it just
That would've
it
been
never
great.
happened.
I would have loved to listen to that, honestly.
The sounds of the stovetop, just crackling
Yeah, and like the
grease
Yeah.
and yeah.
But
No,
didn't you also have some plans on doing like some kind of review segment?
There was also, yeah, I just wanted to like review various things that I had been into, whether it was a video game or a book or anime or whatever it was. And
Right.
I did end up writing a script, and I never recorded it. I have a script for The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya,
Oh, I see.
and I never recorded the script for it.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I think we started talking about that at some point after the review debate stopped. because when I
Yeah.
took over the main discussion, I stopped doing the review debate, and then we didn't have a review segment anymore. So you kind of thought of doing that.
And then simultaneously, that was also like around the same time where there was like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna be doing this too much longer talks.
Yeah.
And so I made the script and just never recorded it because I'm like, well, what if this never airs?
Gotcha.
The lost episode. Well, the second
But-
lost episode.
I do still have it, and I can find it and pull it up at some point.
Right. I mean, maybe you'll get to use it for something else in the future. Who knows?
Hey, you know what I just remembered? We did a
What?
Star Wars Master Quiz that never aired.
Thank
No,
God.
in fact, I think there are 2 separate Star Wars Master Quiz that have aired.
Oh,
Yeah, episode 4 had one.
I had an idea to just slightly, very briefly, go through each of the episodes that we recorded throughout since 2016, and just kind of, just as I said, just briefly, just talk about like who were on it, or what segments did we have, what did we discuss, what were the quizzes about, like just like very briefly go through that. And I have the episodes in front of me here. You can bring them up if you want to. If you don't, though, I'll mention them clearly. So, the first episode was initially called episode 1, and it was released in May of 2016. But about a year later, we kind of sort of soft rebooted the show, and then this episode 1 became known as episode 0. And in this episode, there was a discussion segment with 2 different discussion topics, as I recall it. Those being Amiibo, and the other being the forum merge, which really wasn't as big a thing
I
as
remember
as we thought it would be.
I remember when that was like a huge outrage among the community.
Yeah, the merge with Zelda Informer.
The merge with Zelda Informer, exactly.
Did
Uh,
anyone from Zelda Informer stay?
Yes.
there are a few
I
people.
I think some did.
Dizzy was
I
from
want to
Zelda
say
Informer.
Dizzy came from Zelda Informer.
Yes.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
Dizzy's still
and
around.
Zachy did too. He's still around.
Right. Although I don't know how active he is.
Was
he
Dom in
active?
Zelda Informer, or did he just show up around that time?
I think he
Dom
showed up
was-
because
showed
there was
up.
like a. I think he showed up for the Zelda
but-
giveaway.
Yeah, that
That's
was
right.
The
yeah.
giveaway.
around the same time that Minish showed up too. Was around the giveaway. The giveaway that I won. I have the Hylian shield
Yeah.
hanging on my wall.
Right. That's awesome.
You know what? Fuck you,
Awesome.
Tristan.
Mm.
But yeah, so many people on this episode that just never came back.
Yeah.
Well, is there though? So I think Jamie was the only one who never actually came back at all.
Although he talked about coming back.
Yeah. Other than him though, I think everyone who were on episode 0 were at least in one episode.
Did Ari come back?
After that? She
don't
was
remember.
in episode 1 and 2, I think.
Yes, she was. Did
Oh.
Dan ever come back?
I feel like Dan guested for the Master Quiz at one point.
Oh, did he?
No, but Dan, no, but he came back for episode 13, I think. Like way later. He talked about Mario with me and a couple others.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Alec and Dan. Well, Dom.
Oh, what do you know? It was during the Star Wars quiz.
Oh, I see. But
Yeah,
yeah,
same
let
episode
me
as
well,
one of the Star
one
Wars
episode at a
quizzes.
time. So hosted the Cool Kids Quiz, as it was called for
Yes,
the
the
very first
KKK.
episode.
Oh, jeez, of course Dan hosted something that...
That's
yeah.
such a Dan thing to do.
That's exactly what I was about to say, Charles. That's such a Dan thing.
We miss you, Dan, but we also don't, but we also do.
Actually, if I remember correctly, I don't
Jeez.
think Dan named it that. I don't think Dan was the one that named it the KKK. It was actually... I'm pretty sure
I don't remember who.
it was me and Jamie that named it that initially.
I see.
Oh
That's
my
definitely
God.
For Channel Z way back during like 2015, the original podcast.
Oh, but didn't you guys have like what was it? Apologetic game reviews.
apologetic game reviews. Yes,
Yeah.
that was a thing.
You have the KKK and the apologetic game reviews.
Yeah,
Two
so
things that definitely go together.
The KKK was something that the two of us came up with. Even if I don't think we hosted it. Actually, he might have. I think Jamie hosted the first one.
I see. Like back on Channel Z,
Yeah.
that was on the main page?
Yep.
I never
Gotcha.
listened to Channel Z, so I can't say.
I was on the first episode, but yeah. But yeah, I guess, and something else that's funny about this episode, or regarding that forum merge thing, because I think during that discussion, we're talking about it really passionately, and we're like, oh my god, everything's gonna change so much. Oh no, like, but it really, like, it was barely noticeable. A couple of new people showed up, and that was it, you know.
That nothing really changed. The name changed for about a year, but then they reverted back.
Oh
to
yeah,
Libk
and then it
anyway.
changed back. Yeah.
You know what I wanted to say about that?
What?
I thought it was hilarious that Massey's kept the site separate. Like, he had the Zelda Informer front page still separate from Zelda Dungeon.
Yeah.
And then, like, about a year later, he was like, oh, we're just gonna merge and we're gonna call it Zelda Dungeon again.
Yeah. They were using Zelda Informer.
And then he kicked out the main dude that used to run Zelda Informer.
Actually, he quit.
Nathaniel was his name, right?
He wasn't kicked out. I'm
he-
pretty sure he quit.
Right.
Yeah,
I see.
he wasn't doing
Oh.
anything anyways, so at least as far as I remember.
But I don't know. That's a bunch of gossip that we probably shouldn't really get into.
Right. Yeah. It's,
Are any of us active on ZD anymore? Does it matter?
not all too active,
No,
to be fair.
Charles
Super
is. Charles is ZD
Yeah.
staff.
Yeah, you better watch what you say, Charles.
He left, though, like a long time ago.
Yeah, he's not been very active. Should we go on to the episode titled Episode 1, which was the second episode released. This was released in March 2017, so almost a year after Episode 0. In this one, the main discussion was about Breath of the Wild. So Breath of the Wild had just recently been released.
It hadn't been
I don't think
released yet. We recorded that episode in
Yeah,
February 2017, about a month before it came out. The episode wasn't released until about a day or two before Breath of the Wild's release.
Okay, that makes more sense, because I still haven't played Breath of the Wild, so I was wondering why I was on that conversation.
Well, I think Breath of the Wild came out before March 13th.
Yeah, it
But
came out like
we-
March 7th or something.
Oh, did we release
I
that
think so as well.
episode on March 13th?
Yes.
Oh no, because they were uploaded to SoundCloud before they were put on YouTube.
Right, that's what it
the
was.
thing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that I remember it. Right.
Yeah, because we definitely did release that one before the game came out, but just before, like a couple of
Yeah.
days, a day or two.
Gotcha,
But we recorded
gotcha.
it in February, or might have even been
Right.
January. I don't remember.
That I mean,
Oh,
yeah, that sounds
February.
like us taking a little while to edit.
Uh,
Yeah, it took long.
Right. And yeah, there was an Animal Crossing review debate. That was the first review debate
Yes, it was.
Correct.
on Animal Crossing.
That was me.
No.
Wasn't it?
That was with Link Floyd
Oh.
actually.
Yeah.
No,
I did.
because that's one we talked about later that I was like, oh, I would review debate with you all day about that game.
Oh yeah, we could have easily done that because I know you're big into that.
Yeah, no, we did TP versus
Just
good or bad,
TP.
but we'll
Yeah.
get to that. Yeah.
Right.
I remember that the first master quiz that time was Zelda themed, and Petter, it was me and you doing it.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
And I crushed you.
You crushed me, but
Okay,
it was at least
barely. It was we got to the
And then
tiebreaker.
Petter came back. And Petter, didn't you like own the master quiz for the longest time?
well.
somebody did.
Okay, so
I remember
Well-
it was you.
I remember in episode 0, it was me versus Chase, and I won there, so it made sense for me to be kind of defending my title in episode 1 against Tristan there, who beat me there. But I did jump in like 2 or 3 times, I think, where when Chase had accidentally won his own quizzes. so you needed
Yeah.
somebody else to host.
Having me as a host was a mistake.
I think I jumped in twice and hosted, but yeah, but that was a Zelda quiz. I think that was the one where we talked about like there was like a really funny tiebreaker question.
Breath of the Wild timeline placement.
Right, that's what it
You
was.
said that Lincoln Ganondorf sat down to drink tea or something like that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that was
I
super
said
weird.
it
Oh
takes
yeah,
place.
that was crazy.
I said it was post Wind Waker or something like that.
Yeah.
Cutter went over the top stupid, and it was great.
It was funny, honestly.
I just randomly listened to a clip, and for some reason you guys were talking about Bach, and I'm not sure why.
Oh, really? Well, should we go on to episode 2?
Sure.
Let's see here. Episode 2. The discussion was about 2017 films.
That's right.
That was a long time ago.
It
feels
was.
like.
We talked about.
Weren't we excited for Power Rangers?
I don't remember. I don't think Power Rangers was one of the ones we talked about. We talked about Star Wars: The Last Jedi, Pirates of the Caribbean,
Ooh.
which
Oh yeah.
very disappointing.
Guardians 2.
Yep, Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man: Homecoming,
Spider-Man.
Bandwagon.
definitely.
I don't know why I was thinking of Power Rangers. Did we do another movie episode a little bit later?
I don't think so.
But
Don't
why do I
remember.
remember us talking about Power Rangers?
I don't know, man.
I don't even like Power Rangers.
That's so weird. I don't know. But yeah, and honestly, this episode had the worst review debates out of all of them. Me and Chase were having the,
Oh yeah, it was cats versus dogs, wasn't it?
Oh, wait, review debate, yeah.
the
Okay.
review debate. Yeah, me and Chase had cats versus dogs. That was awful.
At the end of the day,
so
we
cringy.
just agreed.
Yeah, we were like, "Oh, I like both." Oh, like, so silly.
They're all good
Wow.
boys. Except the ones that are girls, then they're good girls.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think the master quiz that time was me and Jordan talking about Mafia,
Yes.
Oh yeah, ZD Mafia.
Oh, okay.
and I remember Jordan's buzzer very, very clearly because it was Zelda in Melee.
Right.
sound-
Oh, and
it's-
it sounded
It sounded very what's the right word?
Moany.
Yeah.
kind of.
Yes.
Good times.
Then episode 3.
Yes, episode 3.
Episode 3 changed my life.
Yes, because you had fried
Great to-
eggs for the first time.
Yeah, great
I,
discussion.
did,
I
I
remember.
literally had a fried egg like as soon as I got home from school today as a quick lunch.
I don't remember how that came about. Like I remember we were going to talk about something else, and that didn't end up happening. So as we went to record the episode, we were just like, you know what? Let's just fucking talk about breakfast. Let's just why
I
not?
Yeah,
loved
like-
that discussion.
Yeah.
Like 2 minutes before we started recording, we were
Yeah.
like, let's discuss breakfast.
That was such a fun discussion, and
It
like,
was.
It really was.
we could have kept going.
Oh, yeah,
easily,
we talked
yeah.
about it.
Totally, yeah.
Like, we went on for like, what, an hour and a half and could have kept going? Like,
Oh, I think we went on for like 40, 50 minutes about the breakfast, but we could have easily gone on longer.
Yeah, so that was about about a half an hour. No, yeah, 47 minutes.
47 minutes
Of breakfast.
And I remember.
Right.
Okay, I remember Jordan describing a breakfast that just seemed so incredibly surreal. And I don't remember
Yeah.
what
What
it
was
was, but it was very. Can you describe it again?
I remember exactly what it was. So it's
Oh my god.
What
yeah.
was
I described a sandwich, right? And
it?
a sandwich which involved 2 pieces of toast with butter and cinnamon sugar spread on the toast.
Okay.
And then we had scrambled eggs, bacon, and like little bits of sausage, like
Ooh.
on the sandwich with a little bit of a drizzle of maple syrup.
Yeah, that honestly
That's
sounds
it.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's the perfect breakfast. I need to make that someday.
I want to try
It
it.
is amazing.
Oh
I haven't
my
made
God.
it since then though.
You know, we should all just like Saturday.
Yeah, what is
Everybody
time?
makes that breakfast.
Yeah.
You know, I think
Yeah.
that was what inspired me to do the cooking thing too. Like, was that talk?
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, I should teach people how to make that sandwich.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then it didn't happen.
Right.
Sad.
And I think that was definitely one of the better discussions we had.
Yes, it was
It was a lot
really
of
That's
fun.
also where we talked about fried eggs on burgers.
Yes. which
We
is
did.
amazing.
Yeah, like the breakfast burger, like breakfast pizza.
Yeah.
We talked about also, and all of those things were so alien to me because we don't have that in Sweden.
Breakfast is very, very delicious. It is best meal.
You just reminded me of breakfast pizza.
I feel like we
Right,
went on
yeah,
a
we
tangent
talked
too,
about
and
that.
talked about ice cream during that episode, didn't we?
Oh yeah, I think so.
I want breakfast pizza so bad now.
I should try it at some point.
I like Chase's comment on that YouTube video for episode 3. It says, "Dear concerned listeners, I have, in fact, had multiple fried eggs since we recorded this. Not a fan.
Oh, not a fan.
You traitor."
I overcooked them.
Yeah, it was his
So-
own fault that he wasn't a fan.
Ah,
But once I
Gotcha.
started cooking them the correct amount, and I got some nice gooey egg.
Yes.
mm,
It's very good when they're running.
delicious. Yeah.
They are.
Yes, breakfast. That was good. But that master
Yeah.
quiz was truly high quality.
the
and
master
it was
quiz.
very sad on my
Oh.
part.
High quality video game rips. Quiz.
How
Mido
would
killed
you
it.
expect to beat Mido in something about
know.
high quality video game?
I know,
rips?
I know. And the sad thing is, it was my idea too. I should have known better.
You should have.
So how did you guys do that one? Because I actually don't remember it.
So what I did is I would play it on my phone through the
Oh.
speaker, and then they would have to
Oh.
guess what 2 songs made it up.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it was fun.
Yeah, how would anyone beat Mito?
Right?
That's his thing.
And then the review debate on this episode was
Hyrule
Hyrule
Warriors, yes.
with me and Tristan. Yeah, and once again, I was the one being against the thing
Yeah.
that's being reviewed.
You
I
were
was such a
really
negative
negative
Nancy.
for the first few of them.
Yeah, dear me. But yeah, I don't remember too much from the discussion, honestly, but I remember I was against the game.
Yeah, I don't really remember. That one was pretty long too. It was like half an hour.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those some of those became rather long. But yeah, let's move on to episode 4.
Episode 4. Yes,
The
episode
with
4.
a broken time code and description.
Oh,
Did it have a broken time? Oh yes. Oh, it does.
oh really?
Yep.
Oh, it does. Oh yeah, for the lower lounge.
Oh yeah, Athenian was in that episode. I actually forgot he existed.
Yeah, that was E3 2017 predictions. That just goes to
No
show.
offense to you, Athenian, on the off chance you're listening.
Was
Nothing
I on that
against
one?
you.
You were.
no,
you
you
were.
Well,
Not
you
in
were
the
that episode,
discussion,
but not in the.
Yeah, you did the review debate, I think,
Yeah, this was the one where you and I talked about Twilight Princess.
for almost an hour.
Got it.
And in this one, I was finally the one being for the game. I was finally being positive.
Yeah, because I have negative opinions on Twilight Princess.
It's
Yeah,
a
as I
really
know
good
now.
game.
One might say.
Yeah, it was a fun review though.
Yeah, I just find it funny though that the fact that we were talking about E3 2017 predictions in the 4th episode, when the first one was pre Breath of the Wild, that just goes to show how not diligent we were with this podcast. When it took
True,
4
yeah.
months to get 4 episodes out.
Yeah, I mean, we did our best. We did what we could. We had fun with it, so you know.
It was.
Yeah, we never really took it too seriously.
Yeah, it was just casual.
It really was,
Yeah.
and it was good. I mean, it was good fun.
Fun times.
And this was the first episode with a Star Wars quiz,
It was.
and this was
Yes.
Mido versus Dark.
Who
Who was
I'm pretty
disappeared off the
sure-
face of the earth.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I helped with this one too.
You might have. I don't know a lot about Star Wars. I think I asked a question about blue milk.
Yes, literally one of the questions was, what color is milk?
Yeah. Or was this? Well, maybe it was because I know there was a Star Wars quiz later on. I don't know if it was this one or the later one that had that,
That
question.
was
but
actually a question in the one that I did.
Oh.
So it was the second one. It must have been.
Well, there was also a question just like that in this one.
Did I ask the same
Okay.
question twice?
I guess you did.
You probably did. Because I remember you
GG.
saying that.
I mean, I'm not
Oh.
surprised because half the time you had to go through your notes to find the answers to your own questions, so...
Yeah. And I think at some point we even like had we had to cut you in like and be like, oh, apologies for that. That was not the right answer. The correct answer
It was the Harry
this.
Potter quiz.
Yes, I
like
remember.
That one I know I helped with.
Yeah, there's no
Right,
way
well-
you were not involved in the Harry Potter quiz.
we'll
one was
get there
good.
eventually. All right, episode 5.
Right. That's the one that I was unable to record for.
Oh yeah, I think Libk hosted this. Like Jordan hosted this one.
Yeah.
He hosted the E3 2017 discussion, like after the E3 had been.
That's right. I
Jordan,
did.
Chase, and I talked about that, and Jordan was hosting it. So actually, with that in mind, the 5 of us in this call or in this episode right now are exactly the people who have hosted segments on this show.
Oh,
Oh,
Well,
Cool.
besides
Dan.
Dan hosting KKK.
which
Yeah.
I think we have to count Dan.
Nigel.
Yeah, I believe I ended up hosting the E3, the post E3 discussion, because I was keeping everyone up to tabs on E3 the entire time.
Yeah, I think
At least
you
you
were
were
actually
keeping
the
me up
person
to
who
it.
got me to start watching E3. Because you were just like,
Oh,
hey,
wow.
everyone, there's an E3 presentation going on. Anyone want to join a call? And I was like, sure, why not?
Yeah,
Ah,
I was
yeah.
doing that a lot the entirety of E3. If there was a presentation going on, I would get a call going, and we'd all just hang out and watch the presentation.
It was like the
Yeah.
Microsoft one. I didn't even care, but it was a fun time.
Not gonna
Yeah.
lie though, I'm kind of happy I wasn't on that one because I thought E3 2017 was a bit disappointing.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little. I actually just rewatched that presentation the other day, just like watching the last few years worth of E3 presentations. And stuck between 2016 and 2018.
Are you hyping yourself up for this E3? This
I am
coming E3?
so hyping.
I have trained myself not to get hyped for E3 anymore.
Kind of me as well.
my main thing is Nintendo, and I don't think they have any surprises because we already know basically
Yeah.
what they're gonna release.
They've got Animal
Right.
Crossing.
You know what's
they'll
going to
probably
be a
show.
surprise?
They're not going to
Yeah,
talk
I
about
was
Animal
just about
Crossing.
to say, if they don't talk about Animal Crossing, I will riot.
Understandable.
Wow.
Like me alone, I will riot.
I don't doubt it.
I will give you a
Do you know
platform
how
to
long
write.
I've been waiting for this game?
I'm very much aware.
So the review debate in this episode was about Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I
Yes.
talked about that together with Domozilla,
That was the first time he was on.
precisely, and he would return a couple times more.
Yes.
Good man.
And I remember listening to that and being like, wow, Domo's opinion is just like mine, because that movie kind of sucked.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not like it's not like I love that film, but I thought it was good enough to defend, kind of, sort of.
I just don't care, so you know what? Good on you.
Yeah. Well, Master Quiz was Link's Awakening quiz.
Yes,
Mido
that one
versus
was actually,
Hyrulean
that was a
Hero.
really good quiz. I was actually really impressed by Hyrulean Hero that time. Because he knew
I
things
don't
that I
remember
didn't know.
anything. I think there might have been one question about the trading side quest, but I can't think of anything else I asked.
There was one question about how to get the perfect ending, and he was like, you have to not die. And that was something that I did not know about.
Well, I feel like if you
Wait.
haven't played the game, you're not likely to know about that, I don't think.
That's true.
Even if you played the game, you might not know there's a perfect ending, because most Zelda games don't have a perfect ending.
Yeah.
They just have an ending.
Fair enough. Yeah,
That's
I
true.
think it's just Link's Awakening and Breath of the Wild have that kind of like alternate perfect ending thing.
Yeah.
Half the time you're gonna die anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they bring that back for the Switch remake.
Yeah,
somehow
definitely,
doubt they won't.
absolutely.
Yeah, they definitely will.
I hope that they should absolutely do that.
Yeah.
So moving on, episode 6.
Oh,
Mad Libs.
episode 6.
Oh, yeah!
The Mad Libs.
Oh,
that one
the
was
Mad
so
Libs
much
episode.
fun.
Right.
It was.
Yeah. Oh, that was one of the funniest ones.
That
oh,
was
I was
great.
in on that one.
Yes, you were.
You were.
You were indeed.
And actually, Jordan, I think you had the best one.
Yeah, that one. Oh
Because
boy.
it featured me.
We had some funny
It featured
stories.
me and mice crawling up my balls.
Right, that. Oh my god! I remember there was something about mice and Tristan, but I forgot. Like, right, that's what it was. Oh dear, yeah, I should listen to that after this recording. I'm probably gonna listen to that because
And
that's.
didn't I
that
dip
was a
my
lot of
ear in
fun.
a bathtub of cats or something like that?
I don't know. They were all crazy.
That was hilarious.
It was mad.
It was mad. Oh, that one was great.
The review debate in this episode was probably one of the more niched ones we ever had.
That one
I
was really
think.
good. That one, you guys talked a lot, and you guys had really, like, you both had a lot to say. I thought it was really enjoyable to listen
We
to.
really did. We had a lot of fun with it too.
Yeah.
We compared two characters from two different animes, Scar from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and Vash from Trigun. It was a lot of fun.
I didn't understand anything you guys were talking about because, well, I don't anime, but
Yeah,
That's fair.
I barely watched either of those shows. Watched like 2 episodes each.
They're both all really, really great. Honestly, I love them both.
I watched like the first 2 episodes of Trigun. I was like, this is just the same thing. Why am I watching this?
Trigun takes a while to hit it off, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But, like if you give it a
I watched
chance-
those with one of my siblings, and then I came back. Like they just marathoned it for a day. I came back like 6 hours later, and they were in space, and I was confused.
Well, yeah, it's like a space western, roughly. Kind of similar genre as Cowboy Bebop, I guess. But anyway, Master Quiz was Ocarina. This was the Ocarina of Time quiz.
yeah, that was oof.
This is when I started helping. Like, I was helping from like this point forward on quizzes, working on questions.
I needed it so badly, especially for this episode.
When Ocarina of Time came up, I was like, oh yeah, I can give some good questions for that.
Were they hard or easy?
They were
or
easy.
just
Most
of them were
kind of
easy.
mediocre?
This was the first quiz that I won.
Neither of them knew how many gold sculptures were in the game. One said 50, the other said 99.
That's
They didn't
weird.
start getting hard until like I didn't start ramping it up until like Harry Potter.
Mm.
I remember the Harry Potter question. It was a good one.
Yeah, Harry Potter
There-
was a little unfair.
There were some ideas I had for questions for Harry Potter that no one would have gotten.
There was one question that was like, "What's Dumbledore's favorite flavored jam?"
Yes.
Yeah, because he
And-
says it once in the book.
And never
Yeah.
in the films. Yeah, but yeah. Moving on, I suppose. Episode
Yeah,
7.
we'll get there.
Yeah, we will.
Episode 7. Oh, yes, episode 7. That was a fun one.
PC and Mac.
This was where things really like. This is probably one of the more different episodes.
It was when things really started to branch out because none of you were on the main discussion that time. It was just Domo and Yigahim who were on
Yeah.
it with me, and we talked about music, and that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And then Petter wasn't on the review debate. I wasn't hosting the master quiz. It was a
Right.
weird episode.
So Tristan and DekuNut were arguing PC versus Mac in this episode.
That was the silliest review debate. It was so much
And
fun. It was hilarious.
I
It was
remember I
great.
made a solid point that my mouse was actually made by Microsoft, and that made my point valid.
Yeah, so was mine.
'Cause I-
Actually, mine is made
I
by
was just like,
Staples,
oh,
but-
I hate a lot about Apple computers, but specifically their mice. I hate their mice.
Okay, the mouse isn't good, but I mean,
And then Tristan was like, okay, but yeah, it's not like your mouse was made by Microsoft. But actually it was.
Oh,
So
wow.
suck
Pretty
it,
good.
Tristan.
That's great. This was my first time hosting the Master Quiz, seeing as Chase won the previous one. So he had to defend his title as champion for this episode, and he was up against Music Fan, and I was hosting the Pokemon quiz for them.
And we didn't know what your favorite Pokemon game was.
Right? Yeah, it came down to the bullshit tiebreaker question, which was my first starter.
It always comes down to the bullshit tiebreaker question. That's how the Master Quiz works.
they went through every single starter to guess your favorite until they got to the very last possible one that it could have been.
It's true. Like they went through the first 5 generations, I think, for starters. And Chase
But we
even tried to
skipped Gen
guess
2.
like you even tried to guess like a Gen 6 Pokemon, I think. And I was like, no, you get to guess another one because
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
took
taking that.
offense to that.
Yeah, I did.
What was it? Was Cyndaquil, right?
Yeah, it was Cyndaquil.
They went
in
through every
Pokemon
single
Crystal.
starter from generations 1 to 5 until they finally got to Cyndaquil, which was the only one they hadn't named yet. Which
It's
is
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Gen 6 Pokemon?
Well, so I took offense to the fact that he would assume that I started that late with Pokemon. That was the reason.
I mean, hey, some people did.
Some people
Yeah,
did,
well,
and that's
yeah.
fair. But I like to take pride in the fact that I was rather early, I guess. Anyway, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Like after all that time, Music Fan finally guessed Cyndaquil.
Yes.
And I think it was good for you, DekuNut, or Chase, that you didn't win that. Cause,
Yeah, every time that I won the quiz, I sabotage myself because I did not want to win again.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause that's not how it should have worked.
Yeah. And moving on to episode 8, which is actually the longest episode of all of them.
Because of the super long discussion portion, which actually I think is still one of the best ones yet.
It was almost 2 hours.
It was almost 2 hours.
How do you
but
people talk
we were talking about the
about that?
evolution of combat in the Zelda series, and there's so much you can talk about. That was
Yeah.
probably my favorite one to be a part of.
That was
Just
also
because
a
we
great
talked about
discussion.
so much. It was
Yeah,
good.
I had a lot of fun.
I remember
Yeah.
you guys were really talking up that after you guys recorded it.
Dude, we were so happy with it. Like, it was so good. It was so nice.
Yeah.
Though, let me tell you this. Even though this is the longest episode, this Zelda combat discussion was not the longest discussion segment, but we'll get to that later. The review debate in this, which was actually the last review debate ever, was Sonic review, me versus Yigahim, and I was not too happy about Sonic. I never have been.
I'm surprised they didn't fight harder to be part of that.
And we had Harry Potter quiz in this one.
Best
This
quiz.
was
Harry Potter.
Ayano Keiko versus me.
Who can name more of Dumbledore's middle names?
Did we have?
Alfred. Yeah. I'm a
Alfred,
little drink.
Percival, Wolfric.
No, I'm drink.
Brian.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian. Right. I love
Yeah,
Brian.
I'm a little drunk right now. I've been drinking some cider because Petter got me to start drinking.
Oh.
So.
Well, at least it wasn't peer pressure.
It's
I'm innocent.
Brian. Yeah. That Wolfric. Yeah, those are all in it. Like, Dumbledore's got a lot of names. It's stupid.
Oh, yeah, it is silly.
I hate how many names Dumbledore has.
Albus, Percival, Wolfric, Brian, Dumbledore. It's not that hard to remember.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's just I'm intoxicated.
You are not sober.
Totally. All right.
I love
Totally
that question
okay.
though.
It's okay.
What is Dumbledore's favorite kind of jam? That was great.
It's okay to be an asshole. I'm sorry. But yeah, that was a fun quiz. Even though, I think Ayano Keiko won, right?
Yes.
I think, because at least I don't remember winning myself. I think the only time I ever won the Master Quiz in all of the episodes that I don't know how many times I competed, but I only won in episode 0. That's the only time I won. Anyway, moving on. Episode 8.5. I don't know how much there's to say about this one. That's basically what we're doing now, although in a different kind of a way, and it was just me, Tristan, and Chase. We talked about, because this was basically, because the previous episode 8, was Tristan's last episode as part of the main cast.
We did have the reflection episode in the middle. That was just the 3 of us.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
8.5.
And that was episode
Okay, yeah.
episode 8.5.
Yeah,
which is-
episode 8.5 was when they pulled
The
a
reflection episode.
I was trying to come up with an example of something that killed off the main character, but I can't remember. I was gonna compare it to that.
Game of Thrones.
The Walking Dead, even though he wasn't killed off. There we go.
Yeah. So yeah, this episode 8.5 kind of marks the end of Tristan as the main host of the Minish Cast. And it was sad, but it was understandable. I mean, life takes its turns, and
Life is a thing. I don't really have one, but it's a thing.
with the episode that we're having right now, we're kind of all declaring that we all don't have time for doing the Minish Cast anymore.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of a goodbye for all of us. This episode 8.5 was a goodbye for Tristan, but this one is a goodbye for everybody.
Everybody.
As well as Tristan. Tristan gets 2 goodbyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Killed off, resurrected, and then killed off a second time.
Precisely. Yeah. So episode 9. That was the first episode that Tristan was not in charge of, I suppose. I took charge in a sense with this, and I hosted a discussion with Tristan, Ancient Poe, and the Hero of Legend about the Legend of Zelda timeline. Which, honestly, we had that idea for a long time as a discussion
We were just
topic.
afraid to do it.
Yeah. But we did it here, and it
It's
turned
weird
out
to think this is
alright.
only a year ago.
Oh yeah,
wasn't
just
it?
about a year ago. Episode 9, yeah.
But
I'm on that episode, and I have a comment that says, "God damn it, Mido! What was the thing? What was that joke? I remember there's something about Mido in that episode, like it's all Mido's fault or something."
Oh,
Probably.
I think that's one of the gag reels.
Oh.
Or at least maybe it's in this one as well.
I'm looking at a
I
gag
don't-
reel. You're right.
Well, actually, I think it might be in the actual episode as well, but it's out of context in the gag reel, which makes it funnier.
I was looking at the gag reel. I didn't realize it.
But I think that in the actual episode, I say something about, like we're talking about the actual character Mido in Ocarina of Time, and how he's a dick, that he's blocking the way, and I'm like, God damn it, Mido, or something like that.
Oh.
But then in the...
and why did people think it was the member Mida?
Yeah, because in the gag reel, I cut that bit out and took it and just had it there out of context, which made it sound funnier, because we have the user Mido on the forums. But yeah, I think that's what it was. And
The master quiz.
The master quiz.
All
Was
about
it was the
Tristan.
best master quiz of all.
Tristan quiz. I love how it's the description is Tristan quiz with DekuNut, Ayano Kaiko, and Stormageddon.
I feel like for that one, like, it says that down the bottom that literally we had to wait so long for me to look through stuff that we had to put in music.
Oh yeah, we put in
It's
one of
cool.
my covers
I think
on...
I think I had to PM Tristan and be like, "Hey, is my answer to this question right?"
I don't remember. I gave
feel like
you
it's a
all
thing
the
that happened.
answers. I gave you all the answers.
You did. I'm pretty sure you wrote this quiz.
I did write the quiz. And I remember the bonus question was we're stranded on a deserted island.
yeah.
Come up with the best reason for why we got there.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That was pretty funny.
Wow.
It was really like a really cringy segment, honestly, but it was funny, honestly. Like,
It
really
was.
funny to listen
I still
to.
have no idea how Stormageddon got the Australia question right.
Hello?
Hello.
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 Well, okay. People are still there.
Yeah, we are here.
Everyone just got really quiet for some reason.
Oh, weird.
Did you?
No.
I guess that's your connection, Chase.
Oh, well, damn.
Well, I guess we're back.
I guess this is getting cut out.
Whatever happened. Oh, no, nothing's getting caught out.
Your connection just got tired of our shit.
Yeah, the only thing that's getting cut is my internet.
Gotcha. Yeah, but yeah, it was a funny edit to me, because editing in my Robin Hood music cover into the like kind of as a waiting theme, it kind of worked pretty well. So
Yeah.
that was funny.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, I guess
I
moving on.
remember recording a little disclaimer too, because when they asked what my favorite animal was, and it was not sloth, I wanted to make sure nobody was going to be disappointed.
Oh yeah, I think I recall that. All right, episode 10. This was where... Okay, right. So we were going to talk about Star Wars The Last Jedi. And since I had, I previously, way earlier, I think it was episode 5, I had the review debate with Domozilla about The Force Awakens. And I wanted to have him back as a guest for this discussion, just for the sake of the sake of continuity, you know. It would be cool to bring back the person I talked about the previous Star Wars film with. But in the end, he wasn't able to make it. So I got Pancake Samurai and Libk to talk with about Star Wars The Last Jedi. for that. And I don't know, kind of mixed reviews, I suppose.
Yeah, we don't have to get into that here, but
No, we don't.
We don't
definitely
have to.
Absolutely not.
But you know what? I think the one thing I can say for that movie real quick is that, like, I walked out of it feeling more satisfied with it than I did for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
which I still have yet to see.
Crimes of Grindelwald was a disappointment.
Okay,
That's why I haven't seen it yet.
that movie will be good if the next movie closes off a lot of the loose ends.
But if it doesn't, if the next movie isn't amazing, it's going to be a
As a s-
dumpster fire looking back.
As a standalone movie, it's not good.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not. Like the
At
first
all.
Fantastic Beasts was amazing by itself.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
amazing. It was.
I think it is. Honestly,
It was a
I
good
love
movie.
I thought it was
It was solid.
okay.
All right. Anyway, the master quiz here was Marvel Cinematic
It
Universe.
was good
quiz.
until Johnny Depp showed up.
Fair.
All right. MCU quiz. And Tristan was on that one with Pancake Samurai.
Yeah, and I destroyed him.
And you guys didn't know what color the Reality Stone was.
I actually,
Shame on you.
funny story about that. I actually did. I just didn't say it because I wanted to give him a chance. I didn't want to have to come back.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Sure.
No, that's true.
It doesn't sound too believable. Like, I could see it being believable, but it definitely doesn't sound believable.
No, it's true. I didn't want to have to come back, so I tried to give him a chance.
Keep telling yourself that.
Man, Petters.
sorry.
Hey, I got your back. I
Savage.
believe you.
I mean, it is.
I'm
But
sorry.
what do you
Okay.
know? You came back.
It is understandable because Thor: The Dark World was such a forgettable film, so it would be
That's
understandable.
specifically why I asked.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Not only is it forgettable, but you don't need to watch it.
Yeah.
You do though. For Endgame, you do kind of.
No, you don't.
All you
I
need
think
to
you
watch
got
is the
sort of.
post-credit scene. That's the only relevant part.
You literally don't have to watch it, and Endgame is still fine.
It's
That's-
fine.
Yeah.
That's
Actually,
good,
the
probably.
thing about Endgame is you don't have to watch any of the previous movies except for Infinity War to understand what's going on.
But
And-
if you've watched everything, you'll understand all the little references.
That's true. You'll understand the
But, like-
the references and Easter eggs, but in terms of story, you don't need to have seen the previous movies to enjoy it.
That is
And
true.
like, even Endgame made fun of Dark World.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I understood that reference.
Dark World is the only movie in the MCU I haven't rewatched. I discounted stuff that came out in the last year.
I rewatched it solely for the purpose of I rewatched all of them up to Endgame.
Mm.
I didn't make it that far.
Right. Moving on, episode 11. This is the episode I was talking about earlier. It's not the longest episode all in all, but it's the episode with the longest discussion segment.
Oh yeah, because Bach was on that one.
Yeah, me, Bach,
And
and Doc. I felt a little bit out of place with those two, Bach and Doc,
and Penn.
and then Penn. Like I didn't rhyme with those other guys. That didn't work. But we talked about Attack on Titan for 2 hours and 20 minutes, or no, just about 2 hours.
What?
A little over 2 hours. Yeah, crazy,
What's so special about
Crazy.
Attack on Titan?
dude. It's my
It's
favorite.
not breakfast food. You can't talk about it that long.
It's my favorite. Probably my favorite story I've ever experienced through any medium. Personally, honestly, I'm not even exaggerating. But that's just my
Really?
personal taste.
Is it more than a... Oh, why can't I remember what it's called?
Hmm?
Mad Scientist, so cool.
Oh, Steins Gate? Yeah,
That's-
I like Attack on Titan more than Steins Gate. Although I love Steins Gate as well, absolutely. I am mad scientist. It's so cool, son of a bitch. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
The master quiz was Disney Channel shows quiz.
Yep, me versus Minish, and I think she
Yeah.
won.
I don't recall
I-
actually.
Believe so. I've got episode 12 open.
11.
Neither of you guys returned.
Oh,
I
I
didn't come back, but I'm pretty sure she won.
guess that happens sometimes. The
I probably
victory, the
explained
victory
at the beginning
counts.
of the episode why neither of you returned.
Possibly, yeah.
That one was pretty fun though. I enjoyed it.
I couldn't relate at all to it because I don't know anything about Disney Channel.
I hadn't watched any of those shows for like a decade by that point. So I was really struggling.
Oh well. Yeah, I think that was the one where like neither of us were any really more knowledgeable than the other, so it was pretty fair.
Episode 12. Moving on, we had for the discussion segment discussion about waifus and husbandos.
Yeah, this is the point. This is the point when I become completely irrelevant.
That's fun.
Yeah, and
Oh,
so that was me,
jeez.
Chase, Jordan, and Pancake Samurai.
You know, it was during the recording of this that I spoiled Fire Emblem Fates for myself.
Oh, really?
Good job.
Oh,
Yes,
right.
because
Right.
you were talking about how you love Sakura, and I was like, she is your sister. And then I looked it up, and I saw
And
the
that-
twist.
Yeah, because I was like, no, she's not actually. And you didn't believe me, but then you looked it up, and yeah.
I spoiled myself.
Wow.
Oh, damn. But yeah, that was a pretty fun discussion. And we also had the Hobbit quiz. Music fan versus Stormageddon.
I don't remember anything about that. and
Yeah,
that was only
I
a year.
also don't remember. I don't even think I listened to that one. I don't know if I've listened to any of the most recent episodes, actually.
I don't
I
remember
mean,
that
that's
either.
fair. I haven't listened to any of the most recent episodes either.
Yeah, that was before I got involved. I think, yeah.
I just realized the timestamps on this one is not correct at all, because it says the Master
Yeah, it
Quiz
was the
starts
same
at...
timestamps as the episode before.
Yeah, it starts at 2 hours and 3 minutes, and this episode isn't even that long.
Wow, how lazy
Oh.
can you be that you have to copy the timestamps from the previous episode?
Oh my god, why did I do that? That's shameful.
That's funny.
I'm so sorry. Alright, moving on.
Honestly, though, I think this is the point when the podcast was really starting to lose its thunder.
Very much.
Although-
I was really...
Hey,
Having
wait,
such
no,
a
we got
hard
some
time.
fire.
We do have
For
a
a
little bit
little
of
bit.
fire here, honestly. Episode 13. This was where Charles hopped in and saved our editing side, and we had
Yep.
the 3D Mario games discussion with me, Dan, and Domo, which was actually
Yeah, I
a
can-
really, really good discussion, I thought.
Dom, Dan, and Dio.
yeah. Wow, that's a great name for us. Wow. But yeah, that was actually
Yeah, I
think,
thought that one was really good.
and you edited it really well too, which was really good for the first attempt at editing a podcast. That was great.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem.
All right. Charles, what color is milk?
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
that
we
was
had
this
Blue.
episode.
Star Wars quiz again. Oh, but no, I don't think it was. I think it must have been the previous one because I was hosting this one, and I'm pretty sure I didn't ask that question.
Okay.
Fairly
Oh, yeah,
sure.
because I must have won the last episode again.
The Hobbit one?
The one before this was Hobbit, and I asked really weird questions because I don't really know Tolkien that well.
I like how nobody really remembers anything from these episodes.
Right. Well, I remember I hosted this one because Chase had won the previous one, and I was pretty drunk when I hosted the Star Wars quiz.
Of course.
I mean, after having been playing D&D with you for the last couple of years, I believe it.
Well, so but the thing is though that I wasn't prepared to host the Master Quiz, and then Chase was all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, Petter, I need a person to host the Master Quiz because I have to compete in it." And I was like, okay. And I had been drinking all night, and I just threw together some
I
questions
thought
and hosted the
you
quiz.
did okay. I remember a few of the questions. I won that one.
Right, at least somebody won it. So I didn't win
Other than
myself.
other than Chase winning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that was good. It was good that Charles won that.
it was very good.
Hey,
And
I
was
can
that the
say
last
I was
master
the last
quiz?
master. Yeah, I won the last master quiz.
Oh, wow.
I guess that you are the Blaster Master. And it was also the last episode that I appeared in. And I'll be
Oh,
honest, I didn't listen to either of the other episodes.
Yeah,
Ah.
I haven't either.
I see. Okay, so what were the other episodes? We had episode 14, Evolution of Zelda Creatures, that which I talked about with Ancient Poe and Spiritual Mask Salesman, Charles, that is.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a good discussion.
Yeah,
there
it was-
there were a
it
little bit of
felt like it was
editing
long.
issues with it. like not as far as like the cutting, but the volumes were a little bit off. But it was still a good discussion, good
'cause
episode nonetheless.
He had his volume up really loud, and
Yeah,
but it worked out. It was a good discussion.
absolutely, it's a good listen for sure. And an interesting topic. I thought.
Maybe I'll listen to it eventually.
It was like we were talking about. We were and actually we're doing a similar thing again in the Kakariko Road, but we'll get to that later. I'll talk a little bit about that later.
Hashtag shameless self-advertising.
Yeah, a little bit later,
Yeah.
but we'll wait for that to the end of the episode. But anyway, the discussion was basically we kind of take like scientific evolution, like Darwin and its finches, that kind of thinking into Zelda lore, and like kind of apply it to that in a pretty interesting way, which was funny. It was an interesting thing to discuss.
Yeah, Ancient Poe really did really good. Like he outdid me and Petter.
He was really
Like,
into
he
it.
had
It
it
was a
all
lot of fun.
figured out.
Yeah, definitely. He was really good at that.
Like he got all analytical and everything, and I was just like, whoa.
Definitely.
Honestly, we should have gotten him back when we redid the episode.
Although I feel like that could have been too repetitive, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
It's not like anybody who listens to the new podcast listened to the old one.
Fair enough. But we've already recorded. It's too late, I guess. But yeah, that was episode
we did our
14.
best.
And episode 15 was the Star Fox Adventures discussion.
That's the
which
last
was the
episode of the Minish Cast.
That one was a lot of fun.
This was the I think this is the only episode I'm not in.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
you
so.
weren't in it at all.
Yeah, you were in every other episode as a host of some kind.
Right. But this was a really good episode. I actually listened to it, like kind of sneakishly, in the Discord call as they were recording it. So I kind of listened to it live and also later on when it was released. But it was a good discussion.
Yeah.
Really funny.
A funny thing about that was I forgot the outro.
The outro music?
Oh right.
Oh yeah.
No, I forgot to say goodbye to everybody at the end.
Oh, that's okay.
I got caught. I was like at the end. I was like, so, and then it was just like a pause, and I couldn't figure out how to end it.
That's okay. That's
Like
a
I'm
minor
supposed to say
thing.
something here.
It's very relatable, not gonna lie.
Wow, that episode came out on the 2-year anniversary of Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, that it did.
Hmm.
So
And we didn't even talk about Zelda.
That episode was a lot of fun. Like getting to just talk to Charles and Mito about a game that honestly a lot of people just either don't like or never played.
right.
Yeah, it was really lighthearted, and it was just two Star Fox fans talking.
3 Star Fox fans.
Yeah, 3. Well, I was hosting, so I mean.
Well, yeah, but you were talking too. I mean,
You
were
still
you were
count.
part
You
of the
were
discussion.
talking.
You
Yeah.
count, Charles. You count. You're the most important person in your life. Don't forget that. All right. But yeah, that was the last proper episode, I suppose, and it was also the only episode we've released so far this year, not counting this current one that we're recording.
15 episodes in 2 years. That's impressive.
You would think we'd have more.
We can call it 15 episodes in 2 years, or we can call it 16 episodes in 3.
Yeah, if you count
Your
episode
choice.
0.
Right.
That's great.
Well, but so technically there's 17 episodes because episode 0 and episode 8.5.
That's true.
So there's 17 episodes. So this current one is technically the 18th episode. Is this episode 18 then? I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Whatever the name of
No,
this
it's
episode
still
is.
episode 29.
No, episode 1.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we call
Episode
it.
1 of the new podcast, and we never come out with an episode 2.
What if you include Channel Z from 2015, of which there were 2 episodes released? That
Right,
would be
there
in
were.
4
boy.
years. There have been, 20 episodes? That's
Oh yeah.
420.
Oh. It's a sign.
Wow.
And silence.
Yeah,
All right.
that was.
Gotta soak that in.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, what's happening now? Well, there will be no more episodes of the Minish Cast We're announcing that now. This podcast is ending for forever. Leaving forever.
Forever.
Yeah, it's I guess Thanos finally snapped his fingers.
We are actually leaving forever.
It is actually leaving forever because nobody has the time and willpower to do this anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Petter and I are doing podcasts elsewhere. Tristan's busy at school. Jordan's working. Charles
A
followed
lot.
us.
Oh, and I've got my own little podcast thing that's going to be going soon.
Oh, yeah. I do hope that ends up coming out soon. I look forward to it.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
Actually, we should start probably from the beginning and let you talk a little after the beginning, because just
fine.
to make it a little chronological somehow. So Chase, me, and another friend of ours, which is not part of Zelda Dungeon, the three of us started the Zelda podcast in January this year, called Kakariko Road, where we talk about different Zelda-related topics in each episode, and we have been releasing an episode every single Monday since we started doing it in January. So we've actually been keeping it up much, much, much better than we ever did with the Minish Cast. So,
and a lot of that comes from actually having a topic other than let's get people to talk.
Kind of. And it's also a reason for it also is because we have a core group. It's just the three of us mostly. Sometimes we have guests. We have had Charles and Jordan for an episode each so far. And so every once in a while we'll have guests, but mostly it's just the three of us, and that makes it a lot easier for, make plans and record.
We were actually originally planning on using that to kind of like reboot the Minish Cast. But it ended up that it was just too different. It wasn't really a Zelda Dungeon community podcast anymore, so we decided to make it its own thing.
Right, yeah, there was a lot of talk before it became what it became.
Oh, yeah. Hours and calls.
Yeah. It turned out nicely, though, I think. It's what we have, I'm happy with what we're doing right now, and I look forward to keeping it
Our
up.
small empire.
Right, and so
I
it's...
mean, the big thing was that, like, you guys had to figure out where you wanted the direction of the podcast to go.
Very much.
Right.
Like,
And once we found a
the
direction that
Minish
was more
Cast
interesting
was always
to us.
kind of... I'm sorry.
Go on.
The Minish Cast was always kind of like everywhere. Like, we did so many different topics and...
Right.
To be fair, that was part of the appeal.
Honestly, yes, I enjoyed that personally. But it
was
also
just
made
too
it a
much
little
to keep
hard.
up on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was definitely nice. I enjoyed like the breakfast discussion and the Attack on Titan discussion and like
And the
everything in
Mad
between.
Libs.
Mad Libs, absolutely. That's one I'm definitely gonna want to re-listen to. But yeah, so basically, we started uploading to a new channel. The channel is called Three Kingdoms Entertainment, and on this channel we have also started a couple other podcast series that are focused on other things. So we have the Kakariko Road podcast, which is a Zelda podcast. That's mostly of what we've uploaded to the channel so far. But Chase, the guy that we're doing, and the guy that we're doing the Zelda podcast with, along with the third guy, are also doing a Fire Emblem podcast.
Yep, so it's me and then the writer and editor for the Intensity YouTube channel are doing a Fire Emblem podcast. We're currently 2 episodes in as of the recording of this. Just looking at our editing schedule, I have no idea how many episodes we'll be through by the time this comes out.
Yeah, who knows when this will come out. I'll edit it as fast as I can, but we'll see.
Yeah. And then we also have a couple more episodes that are coming down the pipeline, which includes... Jordan, this is where you talk.
oh, wait. So, episodes meaning, like...
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. We have a couple more
Yeah.
series.
See? You said,
series
you
coming
said
down.
episodes. You said episodes.
We hopefully have a lot more than a couple episodes.
Oh, for sure.
No, so, I'm teaming up with another one of, the Virtual Boys, people. And we're doing a Magic the Gathering podcast. So we're going to be talking all things Magic the Gathering with, mostly a focus on Standard and Limited, because there's not a lot of things out there that focus on those formats, but we're also fans of Commander and Modern, and with Modern Horizons coming out soon, we're doing a lot on Modern Horizons coming up. And then right after Modern Horizons, we're going right into Core 2020, so there's a lot of card discussion. for our first few episodes, we're not gonna really get to like talk about decks or play games like we've planned to. We want to play games and just have like the gameplay go through as well. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting. This set, we've already seen a lot of things that are making both me and Jake just absolutely excited for Magic. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome because I really like the fact that we will, if everything goes according to plan, we'll have a bunch of different podcasts focused on different things. So it will be a really wide variety of different focuses. And there's also a third podcast that currently exists on the channel, hosted by me and Patrick or Patcat Stitch on Solo Dungeon.
You actually should have done that podcast second instead of Lords
Right.
of
Well,
Mercenaries.
to be fair, it was the first episode did come out before the Fire Emblem podcast did, but it only has one episode released as of now that we're recording this, and it's supposed to only be a monthly podcast, so we only release it once a month, as opposed to Kakariko Road, which is every single Monday. But it's also longer episodes, so it takes a little more to edit and whatnot. And we talk about films, me and Patrick. Talk about whatever film we want to talk about, and we're also having a new guest each episode, as the plan is right now. In the episode that's out currently, we talked about Avengers Endgame, so that was a fun discussion. And we'll be sure to put a link to the channel, the Three Kingdoms Entertainment channel that has all these podcasts on it in the video description.
Actually,
here.
we need to invite Tristan to the Discord server too.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely welcome. We would love to have you on the Kakariko Road.
Maybe
If you
sometime.
haven't been.
Maybe sometime. I'll see.
You're very welcome at the very least, like, just so you know. And yeah, so what's happening with you, Tristan? What's going on?
Not much. I just recently finished my 4th year of music school, so been kind of busy looking for a job, all that. Yeah, all that's going on.
Do you got more music school coming up?
I have more school coming up, but not necessarily music classes.
Gotcha.
But I have a somewhat secret project in the works that I think most of you will be looking forward to. So me and a couple of friends are getting together, and we're starting a new YouTube channel where we're going to fairly regularly post professionally produced and all that covers of video game music. So look forward to that.
Lovely.
That's coming soon. We're hoping to launch our new YouTube channel in about a month. We're recording in about 2 weeks. We've got
Awesome. I can't wait to check that out.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
that'll be awesome.
That's something that's happening.
That'll
Very nice.
eventually be put in the description when it exists.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I mean, who knows how long it'll take to edit this? Because I'll have to prioritize the Kakariko Road edits. But this will be out eventually, and if it come out, if this should come out after Tristan's project starts, the link will definitely be in the description below.
Awesome.
And Charles, what's up with you?
Stuff.
I mean, you're
Nice.
writing. You've got your thing coming out.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm writing for the Zelda Dungeon front page. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And I mean, besides that, I mean, school and work
Right.
Yeah.
and life.
But if you have an article up, we can link that in the description as well.
What do you know? There will be an article
my
going
next
up tomorrow.
article will be tomorrow around noon. I'll give you guys
As
the
of this
link.
recording, yeah.
Yeah, as of this. Well, yeah. It'll probably be whenever this edits or we, air this. It'll be a week, maybe a month. I don't know.
The article will be up anyway when this episode airs, so you can check that out for sure. The link will be in the
I
description
am definitely
below.
looking forward to this article. I've kind of got a bit of a sneak preview at it, and it's going to be
Oh.
great.
Ooh.
No,
Nice.
this isn't that one.
Oh, okay, then never mind. I am disappointed. How could you?
No longer ready for this article.
I don't
Banned.
know
I'm
when
kicking
that
him out of
one's
the
gonna
call now. I
release.
don't have the power to kick anyone out of the call.
All right. Well,
Before we end this off, I want to give a shout out to the ZD Mafia section because it needs more traffic. So sign up for games, people, please. We need it.
oh yeah, by all means.
Yeah.
Also, if this
Maybe
episode,
I'll come out of retirement.
also
As the only member of the ZD Mafia section, well, as the only person who's in this call who's still a member of the ZD Mafia section, please, we need you.
I kind of am. I signed up for a Hero Times game, but
Yeah.
We had to like twist your arm behind your back.
Okay, I was planning on signing up to begin with, but I left the country for a week and a half on a whim, so that's why I took away my sign up. But I actually have an announcement. If this episode is released within the next 2 to 3 weeks, the second half of the Bubble Garden crossover will be beginning after the current game ends.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh.
Precisely. Yeah.
I hope you all
Definitely
join.
join that if you. And it will be on Zelda Dungeon. So.
yep.
So yeah. Definitely check that out. If the signups are still available and open. And I think that's probably about all for us
Other
today,
than that,
right?
I don't really have all that much more to say.
So this is something that nobody outside us is going to understand. Just the people in this call, pretty much. What's been going on all episode is you might have heard this. That's my chair. My chair is very squeaky, and they no longer allow me to record podcasts in it.
Chase's chair was
Oh.
the MVP for every episode of the Minish Cast in which he appeared. It was
Yes, everybody was always complaining about
Yes.
it, and it wasn't really a joke we made public outside like our Discord servers. So for the sake of anybody listening, that's what all this is about.
He even used that during, I don't know which of the two master quizzes I was hosting, but it was one of them. He used that as his buzz sound. He just squeaks his.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
We've gone meta.
But seriously, Chase, you need to put some oil in that bitch. Or get a new chair.
No, I've literally got a folding chair that's sitting right next to me that I use for recordings these days.
Ah.
And every week I make a big deal about taking it out and like slamming it open, so they understand both that I am using that chair and that I am not happy about it.
Oh boy. Amazing. Well, having brought up the chair, the MVP as it were.
Seems like the proper place to end.
Yeah, I think so. So thank you everyone so much for listening to the Minish Cast as a whole.
All 5 of you.
Yes, we really
Actually,
appreciate.
We've had a lot of views on these. I'm surprised.
Some of the earlier ones did, yeah.
Even more recently, or the last couple of episodes,
But whoever you are, wherever you are listening to this, we appreciate you. We appreciate your existence.
Why ever you're listening to this.
We appreciate your view and your like. Wink, wink.
And you're a beautiful person,
Uh,
don't forget.
It actually
You're
doesn't matter if
beautiful
you like
person.
this video or not, because there's not going to be anything else left on this channel.
That is true. In fact, please just dislike this video. In fact, please just
Oh yeah.
just leave a dislike.
And unsubscribe, because there's no reason to say subscribed.
Let's just see how many dislikes we can get on this video.
Well, I just unsubscribed from the channel.
Let's break the YouTube algorithm. Let's dislike to 3 billion.
Right? Come on, guys. Help us out with this.
Make it so disliked it appears in everyone's YouTube algorithm, so they have to see why people dislike it.
Yeah.
I want this to be YouTube Rewind 2018.
Oh my god, this is the last episode we ever put up on this video on this channel, and it will just go viral. Just because all of the dislikes, and we never touched this.
Yeah, it's gonna
channel
go
again.
viral, and then nobody will follow to any of the other channels we linked.
That's true.
Oh my god. Well,
Oh, hey, well, we're still
thank
here.
you so much for
Let's-
listening.
Before we go, let's just advertise
Oh.
everybody else's personal YouTube channel. Since we're already here and we've already been doing shameless plugs, why not?
I guess we should
Why
do
not?
that.
Let's do it.
All right, Chase, go.
YouTube channel Triforce P. I mostly do Fire Emblem content, sometimes Smash Bros, sometimes Zelda. Mostly lore stuff. I don't do gaming anymore, even though I used to.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Jordan, go.
YouTube channel, LinkDude74. I post a lot of League of Legends or Overwatch or Smash Brothers clips. Additionally, I think I'm going to start uploading the Animal Crossing Pathfinder game on there.
Ooh.
So yeah, so that's
Lovely.
gonna be interesting.
Ah,
Yeah.
I like it. All right, Tristan, go.
My YouTube channel, Slothy Cyrus. I post music stuff every now and then, and by every now and then I mean like once a year or so. I'm trying to be more active. But I don't know. It's hard, and I'm also lazy. But I have some really
It's a great channel.
I have some really dumb videos from my high school years that you can check out. They're unlisted.
he does.
I have checked out those.
And some from post high school that really should have been high school.
I understand.
Right. And if this video comes out after your new project, we'll also be sure to link that as well in the video description.
That's true.
All right, Charles, go.
I don't have a YouTube channel.
Oh shit.
Well, make a YouTube channel and upload one video, and then there you go.
Hi, I'm Charles. I do things.
Why not?
Yeah, just do like start a vlog or something. Anyway, I have a YouTube channel as well. It's called Leon Morris, and on that I upload my music it's my original music I compose myself. It's a bit mixed in genres, I suppose. Some are instrumental, some are things that I sing, and it is what it is. I upload as often as I can.
It's really good.
Thank you very much.
You're not gonna.
No. Oh.
Talk.
What?
Continue.
No, that was my channel.
Okay.
I have another
In
one
that
that I
case-
don't really care for anymore.
You have two more. Don't lie to us.
Wait, how did you know?
And four.
Oh! How did I forget? Okay, I have another channel called Liquid Cocaine TV. It's a project.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's a project I do with actually a couple other Zelda Dungeon people. Although I don't know if they want to stand for that, so I'm not gonna name any names. As to I'll be true to Zelda Dungeon fashion in that regard.
It's not
naming
the
names.
one with the horse image, is it?
It is.
Yes, it is.
That's Liquid
Oh
Cocaine
my
TV.
God.
We have the Liquid Cocaine project on there, which is it's a rap project. We write and record rap songs. It's mostly me doing most of the things, but we have other people involved as well from Zelda Dungeon.
Lil G.
And well, Lil G. I'll let you figure out who that is. Anyway,
The only reason I'm saying that name is because it's in one of the titles.
it is, and it's one in the video description as well. But anyway, yeah. Liquid Cocaine TV. They're featuring mostly Big Daddy Swede, which is my rapper alter ego. And I rap about all various sorts of inappropriate shit. So listen to that if you want to.
It's utterly amazing.
Like being young and hung.
Young and hung. Okay to be a asshole.
I'm still waiting on Thin Walls and Slapping Balls.
Oh yeah, that's an upcoming one. Another upcoming one is Thought You a Bro, Turns Out You a Hoe. And I'm actually really proud of that one.
Is that like a song about a reverse trap?
No, it's about someone who had a bro, and then it turns out they were a hoe.
So, a reverse trap?
It does sound like a reverse trap.
They were just a hoe.
Okay.
You do know what
I
hoe
might have to
means, right, Petter?
I know what it means.
Okay,
you
just
know what a
making
trap
sure.
I know what a
right?
trap. Yeah, I know what that is.
Okay.
So I guess since I mentioned Liquid Cocaine TV, I might as well mention my other really old channel, which I don't know if I'll ever upload to it again, but it's called Fornith Music, and I upload video game covers to there, or I have been uploading video game covers mostly to there.
You had some good stuff on there.
Thank you. I was rather proud of some of those. Like my Spirit Tracks Overworld theme, I think, was my favorite cover I did on that. But yeah, I was pretty active for a while, but I don't think I'll ever really do that anymore. I mostly just focus on my Leon Mars channel, which is where I upload my original music that I compose myself. So yeah, that's that. I suppose that's it, guys, right?
I guess so.
So
Yep.
thank you everyone for listening, and leave a little dislike there for the video, and we'll see you guys never. Bye bye.
Smash that dislike button,
Later.
unsubscribe from this channel, turn off the bell.
Goodbye, you filthy animal.
Fuck you.
Never get monetized.